Welcome to Beer Bullstein on the SHR Media Network. Also simulcast on the KLRN Radio Network. Thank you to Don't Tax the Rick for that wonderful golden opportunity for that. Absolutely amazing. Let me pull this up a little bit. There we go. Get my music up because I just... Yeah, baby. I do appreciate you all being here on this glorious Friday night. May 22nd, 2026, the year of our Lord, going into a Memorial Day weekend. I do appreciate your time, effort, and reason to be here. No tax the Rick, baby. Do not tax that Rick. Never tax the Rick. Got to get all my chat rooms and chat things up here real quick. There we go. By the way, I wrote this song myself. Performed. I do appreciate y'all being here. We got a nice little show going for you tonight. We got some big breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C. tonight. This is also one of my most favorite holiday weekends, mainly because it gives me a chance to reflect on my brothers and sisters who didn't make it out. And it is a very solemn holiday for me. I choose to enjoy it rather than get sad, because they died for all of my freedoms. They died for your freedoms. They died for my freedoms. And for me to just get solemn and like lock myself in a dark room, I think that would be kind of a spit in the face of their memory. So I'm going to eat my hot dog. I'm going to have my hamburger, but I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to sit there and remember them with a glad heart, if you understand what I'm meaning. I got Don't Tax the Rick in the channel. I got Zo2AMT. Thank you for being here. It's amazing the lag between Streamlabs and the actual live feed. It's amazing. Oh, glad to see you all here. There we go. Let's start off. Wow. Hitting puberty finally. Like I said, it's Friday night. Crack up, open a cold one. Tonight, again, it's my Guinness. Got to do the Guinness. Sorry. I love my Guinness. No tax of the Ricks, that says BZ Balloon, or BZ Saloon. BZ Balloon. The bulbous one out of BZ Saloon. The BZ Balloon. There we go. Tax the Rick. Don't tax the Rick. Who let Mike Obama in here? Big Mike says, go for it. Go for it. All right, so coming right out of Washington. Big news today. Tulsi Gabbard is out as DNI. She has resigned due to personal reasons. We have her resignation letter here. Dear Mr. President, I am deeply grateful for the trust you placed in me and for the opportunity to lead the Office of Director of National Intelligence for the last year and a half. Unfortunately, I must submit my resignation effective June 30th, 2026. My husband, Abraham, has been recently diagnosed with an extremely rare form of bone cancer. He faces major challenges in the coming weeks and months. At this time, I must step away from public service to be by his side and fully support him through this battle, as a good wife should, if you ask me, or husband for that matter. Abraham has been my rock throughout our 11 years of marriage, standing steadfast through my deployments to East Africa on a joint special operations mission, multiple political campaigns, and now my service in this role. His strength and love has sustained me through every challenge. I cannot in good conscience ask him to face this fight alone while I continue in this demanding and time-consuming position. While we have made significant progress at the ODNI, advancing unprecedented transparency and restoring integrity to the intelligence community, I recognize that there's important work to be done. I am fully committed to ensuring a smooth and thorough transition over the upcoming weeks so that you and your team experience no disruption in leadership or momentum. Thank you for your understanding during this deeply personal and difficult time for our family. I will remain forever grateful to you and the American people for the profound honor of serving our nation as DNI. With love and aloha, Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence. I'm sorry, that's fucking classy. Just freaking classy. That's what I got to say there. Now, here's the fun part. What's the media say about it? You want to talk about not classy? Tulsi Gabbard resigns as Director of National Intelligence after contradicting Trump on Iran war. This is why you cannot fucking believe the media. This is what gets me fired up about this shit on a Friday night. This is why I should be sitting back, eating a hot dog, talking about my brothers and sisters, remembering them in fond memory. But no, I got to sit here and listen to this bullshit up here, right here, because she resigned because her husband has fucking bone cancer. Not because, oh, I contradicted Trump on the Iran war. You know what? People have disagreements all the fucking time. It doesn't constitute anything. Media never classy, always gassy. Absolutely, Rowdy Rick. Absolutely. I'm going to put that up there real quick. Boom. Media always gassy, never classy, or never classy, always gassy. Absolutely. This is the horse shit that we have to put up with. You know, they'll pull up a tweet from 12 years ago and say, anti-Semite said this, you know, because they made a joke, you know, that featured Jews, you know, 12 years ago on Twitter, you know, said this because, you know, never mind, the guy's been like a positive influence on whatever. You know, I'm beside myself with how lame our journalism has become, because it's not even journalism anymore. It's not the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Blink if gay, recite in Bible if Japanese, if straight. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Just for you. Gay. How's that? Moving on. So, getting back to it. The media is gay because they can't get shit straight. They can't get shit. Thank you for the sub. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And thank you for the sub. Thank you for the like. Make sure you do a like and subscribe and all that other good stuff. Hit that little notification bell. Help us overcome the YouTube algorithm, which is wholly against us, a conservative media. I personally am not a conservative. I'm more of a conservatarian. That's part conservative, part libertarian, all about liberty. That's pretty much where I stand. If I had a tent, my tent would be the leave me alone, you do you, but leave me the fuck out of it tent. That's kind of where I would be at. So here we are. Can't believe I had that all queued up, did you? I got good friends, I just gotta say, because, you know, every once in a while it just sounds like a
skill issue.
It does every time, every freaking time, because that's what the media is, right? They lack skill. They lack the competence. They lack everything to do with journalism. The who, what, when, where, why, and how has gone. Now it's just about smearing. That's all it is about, because Forbes used to be the place where you went for business. You went there and said, oh, Forbes said it. That must be true. Now it's just about smearing, because never mind, her husband has a rare form of bone cancer. This is a very important and very touchy time in their lives. No, we have to smear her on her way out. We have to sit there and make division in there. Let's see. I have a tenant, sleeps one, has a sign that says, leave me the fuck alone. That's right. Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I saw you blink multiple times. Dude, I'm not sure if I blinked twice just now. Damn it. Guess that means I'm gay. There we go. So, who cares? I do me. I'll leave you out of it. How's that? So, I'm fired up. I am fired up on this Friday night. How are you guys doing? What do you guys think about this in the comments section? I'm actually going to bring up starting a poll. I'm going to start a poll. Do you have plans for this Memorial weekend? Yes or no? I'd like to know. Do you have plans for this Memorial weekend? I would like to know. And you know what? Put it in the comments. What are you going to do? I'd like to know. Because it's a good thing. Everybody out there, and you're going to hear a whole bunch of veterans out there that are going to say, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing." Your plans stay the hell off the roads. You know what? With me drinking and behind the wheel, that's probably a good idea. No, I take that back. I never drink and drive, but that is a good idea because there's a ton of people who don't believe in that. Sitting behind the wheel after you've been drinking is a horrible idea. Get an Uber. In this day and age, there really is no excuse for drinking and driving. We used to have a thing in the military. It was Airmen Against Drinking and Driving, where they would actually come to you with a second driver, so they would drive your car home from the bar, which was freaking amazing. I used it more than once or twice, which was amazing because it's a very interesting experience talking to this tiny little girl who's driving a sports car who can't reach the pedals to begin with, and I'm just sitting there talking her ear off the whole way home, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" By the way, you missed third gear. Anyway, but what are you guys doing? I'm gonna be living it up. I've made the conscious choice. I'm going to live it up because this is what my brothers and sisters would want. I'm going to solemnly believe and think about them at all times, but I'm going to live it up because this isn't about, we should all be down and downtrodden this whole time. Probably watching baseball. You know what? An American dream right there. Probably watching baseball. Absolutely. You miss drinking and driving. You know what? If I had a closed track, I would so drink and drive. I would so see if I could do it. Oh my God. I'm a pretty, I can't tell you that because, half of the American populace thinks they're an above average driver, and that's probably not true. I think I'm a way above average driver. So I would probably be the worst driver out there, especially being from Massachusetts. So we're going to see that. We should do that as a beast game or something. Absolutely. Let's do that. If I can get a closed track somewhere, maybe do one of these, on location, that would be fun as hell. All right. So getting back to this, Tulsi Gabbard is out as DNI. We got a replacement already talked about. But we can't get a media that's actually honest. Thank you, Stanley. I just read that. I'm going to put that up there. That gave me pause. It says, "God bless all the vets, past and present. They earn and deserve this holiday." Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I lost my personal, I'm going to get personal here for a second. I lost 12 personal friends during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, just in my service alone. And it is an incredible honor to have known all of them. When people talk about heroes, they're like, "Oh, Lyle, you're a hero." I'm like, no. I am not a hero. The heroes didn't come home. And this is for them. This is definitely for them. So it comes down to is I miss my brothers and sisters. So I am going to have that barbecue that they can't have. I'm going to tell their stories that they can't tell. I'm going to sing the songs they can't sing, and I'm going to listen to the music they can't hear. And I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to drink the beer that they would be drinking. And I'm going to do this for them, if that makes any sense. You know, it just comes down to is I have enough problems of my own that this is the weekend that I'm going to set my problems aside and I'm going to take on the mantle of my brothers and sisters who can't be here. And I'm going to live for them for this, at least these 3 days. It's the least I can do for them, if that makes any sense. What do you guys think? Am I just barking at the wall? Am I in a drunken stupor? Possibly. Maybe. Could be. I don't want to say most definitely, but I'm getting there. There we go. So back to Tulsi Gabbard. She's out. And the media can't stand it because they can't twist it into, oh, well, it was because of Trump. It was because of Trump. See, brother, I'm a hero either, but I'm an Army vet, Vietnam vet. 4 of us to reflect on best with our soldiers, serve and watch. Absolutely. Here we go. I'm going to put that up there. Vietnam vet. Time for us to reflect on the blessed will serve and watch. Absolutely. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know what? I'm putting that up again. I'm going to leave that up there, and I'm just going to peek over like Kilroy for a second. Because that is more important. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of Tulsi Gabbard for a second, and I'm going to put up my dog. There we go. And I'll sit here like Kilroy, so everybody can read that for a second. There we go. That is a very important statement right there. Absolutely. We are blessed because of those people. Excuse me. Getting all a little choked up there. So let's talk about some other shit before we get all choked up. Let's talk about what the White House released. Now, I've got some video that I have no idea what I'm looking at, but maybe you guys can look at it. By the way, this is my ever alert service dog, Cartier, on the Cartier cam. As you can tell, she's ready to pounce, as always. Let's see. I kind of look like Wilson from Home Improvement. Yeah, I can do that. Hey, howdy, neighbor. How do you do, neighbor? So I've got this video that they released. And of course, it is the most grainy ass crap you've ever seen of some sort of orb flying over water and a blue cursor, which we don't know what that is. So this is all zoomed in video, by the way. This video goes on for like 3.5 minutes. So I might not bore you with the whole thing. But I have reservations about these things. Because when you put these things out, what else is going on? Trump himself just didn't go to his son's wedding to stay in Washington for important things, which a president should do that. I get that. But at the same time, they released garbage like this. What's the left hand doing that the right hand's not showing us? If you get my point. I can't see it. And then this thing speeds up and the end starts getting, kind of like Caddyshack. I mean, what is that thing? I mean, are they trying to show that this thing sped up? I mean, what? Of course, there's no audio. There's absolutely nothing to tell us what's going on. Nothing like that. Maybe that's what became of Forrest Gump's father after 30 years. Maybe. I don't know. Let's take a look at another one real quick. Oop, I just hit the wrong damn button. There we go. Let's see about this guy. Now this guy, now all those black marks are covering up all of the, oh, there it goes, went by. All those black things are covering up the flight information. I don't know why we had a huge, big old black one right there. However, says to me there was something else up there with it. Can you say CIA drone that caught this? So this thing goes back out over the water. Now, you ever notice they always go back out over the water? What do you guys think? Are we being visited, or are they already here? Because I think, to be honest with you, I think they're already freaking here. If we're going to actually get real, truthful about this crap. Where are we going? I guess those didn't come up. I mean, because if we're going to get real truthful about this crap, I mean, let's take a look at what's going on. Because to be honest with you, now let's talk about it a little bit more. What is this? I mean, honestly, let me get rid of the dog. She's not really doing anything. She's. Oh, I think I saw a twitch. They're here. Okay, so why bring this stuff out? Because it gets all of us going, ooh, fun. It's fun. Because it is fun. It really absolutely is fun to talk about this stuff. It really is. Stanley says the ones over the water are already here and have bases established in the depths. You know what? You're probably right. You're absolutely probably right. And it just comes down to is why excuse me, why would they just stay there? Why? I mean, are we working with them? Are we talking to them? Are we, in communication with them? Are we doing, what are we doing with this? Obviously we don't have a missile built fast enough to catch one of them, because that would have been tried by now. Actually, that's what I'd like to know. I would like to know if they've actually tried to engage one of these things, and shoot it down. But chances are we'd never know. So we have no plans. We got 69% saying no plans for Memorial Day. I challenge you. Have a plan. Have a plan. Maybe that plan is, I'm just going to eat a hot dog. Exactly. We aren't a threat. We would never be a threat, to be honest with you. We're a threat to ourselves. Absolutely. I'm a threat to myself in my own home. Trust me. You should see me try to walk. It's a horrible sight. I'm a threat trying to walk up the stairs. So that being said, we are going to take a slight little break real quick. Oops, I need to find the thing. There we go. And we will be right back. Make sure you like and subscribe while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
Welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense, where we cut through the noise of news and politics with a sharp edge, Tune in every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a refreshing dose of reality. We fearlessly tackle the tough topics with no nonsense, just pure common sense. Visit shrmedia.com to discover where you can catch the Reaver in action. He is here to amplify your inner logic. He may not always be polite. He may not always be refined. But one thing is for sure. He always tells it like it is. The Reaver of Common Sense.
Attention, all patriotic women of faith. Yep, I'm talking to you, sis. Are you looking for high-quality, super soft apparel that reflects your love for country and your devotion to God? Look no further than Carry Girl Gear. Picture this. You rocking a tee so soft it's like being hugged by a cloud, all while showing off your love for God and country. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, welcome to reality, babes, because that's what we're all about here at Carry Girl Gear. We specialize in super soft tees, tanks, and more, designed specifically for the strong, patriotic woman who proudly wants to carry their message of faith and freedom. When you shop with us, you're not just getting a t-shirt. You're joining a community of like-minded women who are proud to wear their beliefs straight on their tees. So whether you're sipping sweet tea on the porch or leading the charge for faith and freedom, do it in a Carry Girl tee. Because life's too short for stiff, boring tees. CarryGirl.com, where faith and freedom meets fashion.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Welcome back to the SHR Media Network and simulcast on the KLRN Network, which is Beer and Bullstein. I am your host, Lyle Armstrong. I don't think I said that in the first segment. Well, at least I didn't say my name, but you saw it before. If you're here, you've seen it. It's all good. We're family. We've come in together. It's all good. We are totally in sync. That is it. I want to kind of go back in time a little bit because something came up. There was Senate Bill 5828, I believe is what it is. That was a bill to basically say prosecution of the J6ers was enough to remove their ability to get restitution from any of the untoward things that had been done to them, which is up there right now being voted on and debated. And we have a nice senator here, Coach Tommy Tuberville, who has a nice little speech, and we're going to listen to the entirety of it because I can't say it any better than him. What do y'all think? I think that's what thing would do. Oops, it's hit the wrong tab. There we go. And here we go.
Right to object. January the 6th, 2021 was my first day here on the job in the United States Senate. Let's be clear of what happened that day. Let's go back and look at it. Democrats in the deep state, they hated Donald Trump so much that they orchestrated a coup against our government. Let me explain this. First started with the tampering of the 2020 presidential election results to oust President Trump and to install a woke globalist favorite, Joe Biden. As a result, great American patriots gathered in Washington to peacefully protest the illegal tampering of the 2020 presidential election. When the leader of the Democratic Party at the time, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and the deep state learned of Trump supporters, and we all knew it, were headed to Washington, D.C. to peacefully protest the fraudulent 2020 presidential election results, they saw a great opportunity. Speaker Pelosi spearheaded the true January 6th insurrection. This has all been proven to be true. Everybody knows it. She said it on tape. She admitted the responsibility for mass security failures that day. You know, the deep state infiltrated the crowd with an intelligent communities.
Never mind the Capitol Police instigating, by shooting rubber bullets into the crowd.
The FBI has confirmed that there were 274 FBI agents in plain clothes at the Capitol here that day. Then Speaker Pelosi set up Capitol Police to fail by refusing to bring the National Guard in as backup. She admitted that. And then, of course, Democrats placed all the blame on President Trump, and Republicans, I can remember it vividly that night, about midnight, we all took the blame here. After we came back that night, Democrats called all the Republicans, everything that you can imagine, here on this floor. It was clear that they were planning that day, that they were going after President Trump. But the Democrats' plan to destroy President Trump and his supporters didn't end that day on January the 6th. For the next 4 years, President Biden and the Democrats did everything they could to arrest, harass, bankrupt, deplatform, and even try to kill the former President of the United States, Donald Trump. Not to mention the Biden DOJ abusing their power by wasting almost $3 billion in taxpayer funds to go after innocent Trump supporters, falsely imprisoning them to intimidate their political opponents and the greater MAGA movement. Hundreds, and I mean hundreds of innocent patriotic Americans sat behind bars for the past 5 years over this made-up witch hunt. Now, there were some guilty, but a huge number of them were vastly innocent. They even arrested grandmas for making phone calls on the Capitol steps. And the only person who died that day on January 6th was Ashley Babbitt, an unarmed Air Force veteran who was shot that day in this very building. Ashley Babbitt was wrongfully killed on January 6, 2021. The federal government admitted it, and they actually paid money to her family. Paid money. And the legal settlement, they paid money. Lives were ruined.
Wait a minute, time out. If they paid money, that's an admission of wrongdoing, isn't it not?
Families were torn apart, careers were destroyed, all because the lunatics on the left in our country would not let it go, and anyone who was involved in it, they arrested them. So, before we quickly try to pass a bill with a nice-sounding title, we ought to read what it actually does. Democrats claim this bill is about stopping so-called reward, but in reality, the legislation says if the federal government prosecuted you, Congress can't even ask if the prosecution was fair, if the sentence was appropriate, if the evidence was handled properly, if detention conditions were lawful, or whether the government threw the book at you because you are a supporter of a political opponent. You can't even ask that. This bill treats prosecution as proof, and that it is not how American justice works. That's not how our justice system works. Thankfully, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche and the Trump Department of Justice established a standard, a lawful process here from American citizens who suffer lawfare or weaponization under the Biden administration. If they were wronged, the Trump administration would provide compensation in the anti-weaponization fund. But if S 3582 is passed, It would eliminate that process for American-loving Trump supporters who were wrongfully convicted before their claims are even reviewed. And in the future, the federal government, because this bill would be empowered to target a group of people, prosecute them, and make sure they never receive relief, no matter what the facts. And there were some bad things that went on. Radical Democrats and the deep state folks do not like this country, and they dislike it so much, the way it's run, that they will do whatever it takes to weaponize our judicial system against anyone who opposes their globalist agenda. That's why I will not consent to this bill that treats prosecution as proof and blocks individualized review. That's not how this country works. So for that reason, Mr. President, I object. I yield the floor. Serving the right to
What do you all think? So the Democrats put forth a bill to say that prosecution is proof that you can't get restitution. We all know that people were actually unlawfully prosecuted. We know that we have Democrat judges that put people in jail for holy crap amount of time. The pardons had to come because they had to come because I'm sorry. We are at war. This was the downside. This was the backup plan. Okay. He says Republicans. You know what? I haven't done this. We're going to do this real quick. Oh, you know what? I got to do this real quick. Hold on. I apologize. Live radio. I get it. Let's get this going. I apologize. Not boom jackets. Go on the one. There we go. Let's get this up here. BA2. Come on. There we go. Apologize. We're going to put, I'm opening up the phone line. It's 202-503-2271 if you want to be part of this program, especially about this subject. Because let's face it, we had judges who put Republicans in jail for just holy crap amount of fucking time for bullshit, for trespassing. That's pretty much what it was. They call it parading. Okay. Parading. Ooh. So I walked somewhere. But we have people in jail for 3 to 4 years over that shit. 3 to 4 years. I would like to know, Republicans. Gary, what do you mean Republicans? Come on in, 202-503-2271. Let's talk about this. Let's get into this because I'll tell you right now, we had to pardon, Trump had to pardon a lot of these guys. It was a riot. Okay, Gary, let's talk about it. 202-503-2271. Call all in, buddy. I will be very respectful. I will give you 2 minutes on the clock to give me your entire rundown. 2 minutes. I'll set it right now. 2 minutes on the clock. 202-503-2271. Call in. But you won't, because you're just going to sit here and troll me in the comments and give me more content, which I do approve. Thank you for being here. Anyway, everybody but Gary is kind of seeing it. That this was a coup. This was orchestrated. This was the backup plan. If we couldn't get everybody to go and do all this other stuff, we can also get them to do the lawfare side of it, which is exactly what happened over the last 4 years, with Biden was president. Am I wrong? Call me up. Prove me wrong. 202-503-2271. Let's go. Let's go. Nobody? Bueller? No? I didn't think so. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Because I'm actually still fired up over the whole damn thing. Actually, Babbitt should not have died that day. We had an overzealous cop that decided to discharge his firearm in a fucking hallway. You know, yeah, there was a little push and pull and all that other stuff, but there was no reason for a firearm to be out. Secondly, you had bad actors. There was 271 known freaking FBI agents in the crowd. You had Capitol Police shooting down pepper ball sprays into the crowd before all of it happened to agitate people. How is this not coordinated? How is it not? You know, what we see out in the media and what we see happening and stuff, to be honest with you, how is it all not coordinated at this point? And I'm going to prove it here in just a second. What is this? This is Fox fucking News, which I don't watch, by the way. I'm just going to let you take a look at it. You tell me what the hell I'm looking at.
Reconfigured a number of times certain. What do you think the next best move is today?
Well, I agree with the general completely, with one caveat. This may be a little short of the real objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term and long-term effects on the regime. Very astute in leveraging that time. And so I don't see it as negotiations. It really is capitulation. The president's made it very clear. You will not have a nuclear weapon. You will not have the material. Surrender that. And you will ensure that
Reconfigured a number.
I'm going to watch. I'm going to let you look at that again.
The next best
Y'all see what I see?
today.
Well, I agree with the general completely.
Don't tax the Rick says lizard people.
Patience may be a little short of the real objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term and long-term effects on the regime and the people of Iran. So he's been, and so I don't see it as negotiations. It really is capitulation.
Tell me that's not a mask. 100%.
You will not have a nuclear weapon. You will not have the material. Surrender that.
This was supposed to be a Navy general or a Navy admiral. Fox News has since put out a statement saying that he was in a remote location in a van doing this, and that was a trick of the light. That was a shadow. I've never seen a shadow that goes exactly perpendicular to everything else, as well as moves with the body like that. That's a freaking mask. So, what the hell, man? I mean, we can't even trust our own sources of information. Never mind. You know what? The Democrats are out there going, you watch faux news. Watch faux news. You know what? This is faux fucking news right here. I'm pointing at my fucking screen where it's showing it right there. This is faux news. This right here is absolutely faux news. And I'm going to call it out right now. Take that, Democrats. What do you call that? When's the last time you did that with MSNBC? Or MS no black commentators. So my point is, I mean, what the absolute fuck are we looking at here? How many times has this happened? Okay, so this is the time they get caught. All right. How many other times has this happened? Is this a CIA guy? Is it an NSA guy? Is this one of the other ones? Hey, Phantom, cool on my book. Still my favorite. Right behind O2 and AMT. Right there. Right there. You're like, choo. So anyway. I mean, is this like a lizard person? I mean, is this a reptilian? What are we looking at here? I mean, this is obviously, I'm going for reptilian for $500, Alex. What is the Daily Double? Anyway, guys, this is amazing. I you can't believe anything. Every single side lies to you. The Republicans don't do fucking shit. The Democrats are fucking evil. It just, I've lost my hair over this shit. All right, take that out. Look at this. Keeps going. All right, this crap needs to stop. Somebody needs, this whole country needs an enema. All right. I'm telling you right now, this is where this needs to go. The media needs to be shut down as it sits. We need to go back to them where it was pen and paper, back to newspapers and all that stuff. I'm not even sure I'm real. You know what? I'm not sure I'm real. Am I real? I might be AI. I'm not even sure. It felt real. Ow. That's where we're at right there. I'll do that all night though, because I like it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to 202-503-2271 if you want to be part of the program, especially if you disagree with me, especially if you think my beard is stupid, especially if you want to talk about whatever. We're getting kind of close to the end of the program right now, so right now is the time to bring up anything you want to talk about. I will take up any type of information you want to bring in. Hell, I'll take up BZ. If you wanted to call in, I will take the bulbous one right now. That's all good. But speaking of that, let me get my stuff up. I should have had this up. I apologize. Oops. SHR. God darn it. I put it in wrong. Oh dear God. I put it in wrong again. There we go. SHR Media. Make sure you go over there and you check out our media shop. I don't have it on my desk right now, but that coffee mug is, like I said before, and I've said, and I will say it again, will survive re-entry. That thing is a strong coffee mug. But if you want more of our content on this channel, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that little bell button. Make sure you don't miss all the other good stuff that's going on. Mission Ready Men, I'm going to start off with him. I have no idea when he's broadcasting anymore because he just changed his times. So if somebody in the comments, one of the moderators could throw that out for me, that would be wonderful. But he used to be at Tuesday and Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is the noonish time. The Edge of Liberty with Sean, Sackhead Sean, Monday and Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. He is the boss, the man, not the Springsteen boss, but the real boss. Make sure you check him out. BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon at Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. He is a riot. I was on there last night, and it was fun as all hell, except for having to be up until 1 o'clock in the morning. Reaper of Common Sense with Jersey Joe, Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's see, 6 p.m. West Coast time, same days for Big E. All right, absolutely, outstanding. So 6 p.m. East or West Coast time. So that'd be 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays for Mission Ready Men for Big E. Biggie, can't you see? On Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm sorry. Oh, we might have a... Welcome to Beer and Bullstein. You're on the air.
Hello, is this Domino's?
This is not Domino's.
Can I have a large pizza, please?
No, you may not. And I love your enthusiasm. Thank you for the call.
Thank you.
I have no idea which one of my friends just did that, but thank you for the call. That did not come through the normal channel, so I know I will find out which one it was. It was you. So 202-503-2271. I'm sorry. All right, what you got, Beer and Bullstein?
Hey, Beer Bullstein, do you have pizza? Do you have Domino's?
Mike O'Toole, how are you doing, sir?
Who?
I know you, Mike O'Toole.
Michael Toole. Michael O'Toole. These of the O. O of the Toole.
You could at least use the phone line, so I know so I know it's not you.
I am on the phone line tonight.
You guys are fun. You guys are too much fun.
Guys, do you know who this is?
Yes, I do.
Who?
Michael O'Toole.
No. Guess again.
You what?
Guess again.
Guess again. I got nothing.
Yes. BZ.
This is not BZ.
It's BZ.
It is not BZ. BZ doesn't have my phone number.
Of the Berserk Bobcat Saloon, mister.
Oh. Did I give you my phone number?
Apparently so. I didn't reach into your brainulus.
Wow. I didn't remember about that.
Power. On some people, I do.
When it comes in with no caller ID, I know it's not the 202 number. Wow.
That's because it's the cop phone. Two things, though. Number one. Are you ready for number one?
I am ready for number one.
Thank you for Number two, thank you for taking my calls.
I will take you calling anytime.
You have a great rest of show, Tovarish.
Yes, sir. You do too as well. I have a very special surprise for the end of the All right. That was BZ Berserk Bobcat Saloon. helping the levity around here. I absolutely love it. Thank you, BZ, for that. That was awesome. He needs pizza. Mini fluff pillow. Mini housekeeping. What kind of place is this? Anyway, guys, it's getting towards the end. We have about 6 minutes left in the podcast. You told me to call in. I actually did. That was my fault. You could have called in using the 202 line, though. You know, that's just way I can do the thing, but you know, it's all good. I only pay for it. But anyway, it's awesome. Love it. I absolutely love it. Cartier says hello. She's in my lap right now trying to say it's time to go outside for a potty break. But we got a special thing here tonight. I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you guys know of a guy by the name of Matt Best. He runs the Black Rifle Coffee Company, or he's part of Black Rifle Coffee Company. He has been doing a lot of things. He actually released a new song. It was written for the men and women who stepped into the fires of this country and never made it home, and their families and friends and brothers left carrying the memory forward. Memorial Day isn't just a long weekend. Behind every folded flag is a name, a story, and sacrifice that built this freedom we live in. Every song proudly supports the Major Brent Taylor Foundation and the Gold Star families it supports. So I want to end this program in this Memorial Day with his official video. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to bring this up right now. Oops. I thought I shared it. There we go. I want to show this right now.
Ran them roads like we own the land, the master plan, laughing at danger, Never thought about fate at all, but it put our lives on different lines. Swear I seen it in your eyes when we joked about never coming home. Now your boots fall quiet in the places I walk. So I sit right here in our old spot. Swear I feel you here, but I know you're not. I drink to the night, holding heavy and high, wishing you're somewhere under the same old sky. Your name still hangs in my heart like a dog tag, and the truth hits hard in that folded flag. Jacket still hanging on the back of that chair. Smells like smoke in the life we share. You left with a promise you'd be back someday. God, why do you take the good ones away? It's funny how the brave never call it brave. They say I'll be fine, I'm going anyway. And I swear some nights the wind cuts through like a piece of you. I feel it when I to the night, holding heavy and high, wishing you're somewhere under the same old sky. Your name still hangs in my heart like a dog tag, and the truth hits hard in that folded flag. Where the good ones go, through the open gates down the golden road. I hope you're looking down with a smile as I sit right here in our old spot. Swear I feel you here, but I know you're not. I drink to the night, holding heavy and high, wishing you're somewhere under the same old sky. Stays hanging on my heart like a dog tag, and your memory lives in that folded flag.